Good morning. It's August 3rd, beginning of day 4, which is pretty awesome. Jules is still asleep. I just woke up. We slept through our alarm by 30 minutes somehow, but it doesn't really matter. So it's 7 a.m. I'm gonna start cleaning up, and then I'm gonna wake her up. And then we're going to Acadia today to hike. Okay. Okay, it's day 4. I'm pretty sure you know what's going on, but just in case. This is Julia. She is my best friend, neighbor, sister. I've known Julia since we were in 7th grade. And here we are, 7 years later, doing a road trip up the northeast coast of the United States. This trip consists of stops in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, back in New York, all over an 8-day span. Each individual day has its own vlog that went with that day. And here we are at day 4, which is all about Maine.
We're going to Acadia! My lips are so, oh my god, they're so chapped. I don't like your camera. So we'll be there in about 2 hours.
Probably one of our longest segments of just straight driving. That was gonna be my latest girl. We made a little stop at some town. Okay, we're not making a stop. We're going to Duncan.
So we're currently driving up this mountain, and it kind of feels like we're going all the way to the top.
Yeah, it just keeps getting higher and higher.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
We made it. We had to sit for a little. I'll show you our view for a sit. But we're gonna head back and find another part of this park to explore. Yeah. Your hiking outfit looks so cute. Beach day part 2. I found a little beach. I think it's called Sand Beach. Checks out. It's like this little cove. And there's an island out there and a boat. Awesome. I want to get in.
Are you going in now?
I will in a second.
Let's get hot. She said the water was really cold. Oh, no. No.
Run in.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get it over with.
If I count you down, will that help? Or no? It didn't work yesterday. Just go. You gotta go. Run in! No, run! Go! Stop going backwards! He's so not far at all. Yes! Oh, his body looks red from the cold. Sorry. Sorry, I was pushing you.
But now I can say I've swam in Acadia. Okay, hey, I look a little rough. It's me about a month from the future. I didn't do a good job of explaining this at the time when it happened, but I'm gonna give you a quick story time on what happened in Acadia, because it kind of sucked. But our hike was awesome. It was beautiful. The videos we took did not do it justice. I wish I got more footage. After our hike, it was like a 3-hour hike. We decided we were hot. We wanted to go to a beach. So we went to this beach that you just saw called Sand Beach. It was awesome. It's actually my lock screen on my phone right now, which is crazy. I don't know if I got a good video, but off to the side, there was a section of rocks that kind of like went into the water, but they were also up on the beach. After I got in the water, I decided I wanted to go sit on those rocks so that way I could dry off before we left. Julia was still laying back. I'm walking out on the rocks, you know, and I completely fall, like flat on my back, like from an upright position, I fall backwards. And I'm like spread out across multiple rocks, like foot is under one, arms over here. Like, I don't know how I didn't crack my head open, honestly. I'm looking around, you know, I kind of set up and I'm looking around, there's a bunch of dads like waiting to run over and like help me. And I'm like, no, like I'm good. So I, you know, get up, do my thing. I find a rock to sit on and I sit. And, you know, I'm sitting and I have like my legs up and I'm like this. I'm like looking. About 2 minutes goes by and I look down and I couldn't see my feet. They were covered in blood. And I was like more shocking than it was painful just because I didn't feel it. So I start freaking out and I'm like, I can't see my feet. I dip them in the water and I rinse it off and it's not as bad. The water was like spreading it around, you know? I walk over to Julia and I'm like, hey, I just fell. It's pretty bad. I feel like we should go.
Tyler had an accident while he was peeing. Ew.
I didn't know at the time how bad it was. At the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. I obviously lived. My foot is fine now. I just have a giant scar. But not knowing how bad it was, I walked barefoot through the beach, through the parking lot, and then up half a mountain to get back to our car. By the time I got to the car, my feet were still bleeding, and I had flipped my foot over and discovered a pretty deep gash on the bottom of my right foot. Sorry for showing my feet, but that's what I just did. My toes, the bottom of my foot, pretty bad. It's pretty funny. But because I did all that walking, it was completely full of sand. I was like, okay, I need to clean this out. So we're sitting there for maybe 45 minutes using water bottles, using wipes, anything to try and clean this out, and it's just not working. The bleeding won't stop. I can't get the bandages on. It's a mess. So I'm like, I think we should go to urgent care just because we're only halfway through this road trip and I don't want to get an infection and then have to cut this road trip short. Foot reveal. So we go to urgent care. On our way there, we both come to the realization that we smell so bad. Like weird dry heaving in the car bad. I wasn't really filming much of this just because it was like we were stressed and smelled bad and tired and we didn't really know what the rest of our day was gonna look like. But we go to urgent care, I get checked in. Urgent care.
It's so funny that this is what today is.
Plastic bag around my ankle. Finally go back, and while I'm going back, Julia's looking for a place to shower. You know, classic. She's awesome for that. I go back. First lady, like, you know, she takes my vitals. She's asking me what happened. She goes away. Another lady comes in and looks at me and is like, okay, yeah, I'll be right back to like bandage this up. She leaves, and then a third lady comes back, and this third lady was awesome. She was like, oh my God, I just dealt with like some gashes like this. Some little girl fell off her bike. So then I was telling her about it and she did an awesome job, but she couldn't get the sand out of my foot either. So what she ended up doing was folding up a piece of gauze and taking the corner and just like digging it into my foot to scrape it out. That was when the pain hit me. That was insane. I could feel the fibers of the gauze like hooking on like the jagged edges of the gash that I had. Ugh, chills down my whole body, but she killed it. She cleaned it out, bandaged me up. We left. Julia found us a shower at a YMCA. We were just like holding our shower stuff in this YMCA in the middle of Maine. And it was crazy. So that was like a 2-hour period there. And yeah, then we left and we went to our campsite.
Welcome to our home for the night. We are in Maine still. This is supposed to be a blueberry farm, but there are no blueberries to be found, although we haven't really looked.
We've just been speed running.
Yeah, we did it again. This is our camp and our front porch. There's nothing really to show on the inside because our stuff isn't in there.
We'll do it later when we're in there. We'll show them the setup.
Yeah, okay, so this is the outside of our house. When you walk up the house.
Yeah.
And then you have our 2 chairs, this is Tyler's, and this is mine. Right now we just have some stuff drying out because it's wet. And yeah, there's a piece of wood, so we can look at it and be sad that we can't have a fire.
This is our backyard, our woods, and there's our little garden. We have our wildflower garden and our mountain view, which is actually pretty rich. Yeah. At sunrise tomorrow, if it might be cloudy.
Apple tree! We found an apple tree, so I'm picking some because we've really been wanting fruit lately. Look at this. Should I try one?
You should. Can you do it on camera?
Or is that Snow White? Okay, so the apples were shit, but this is a blueberry farm. So here, I don't know what's on my finger.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it with my... Okay, sorry.
I picked these.
You're eating a handful. I'm eating one. This one's really good. Wow. Sorry, you can't see it because the sun is setting and everything's getting really blurry. We came from up there. Now this little hunchback is eating blueberries out of a field. Okay, now we're going to dinner. After this, we took a walk.
After we snack.
Yeah. Guys, this is it. This menu has so many options. Chips, salsa, and we each get our own bowl. Tell me when.
Just fill it up.
Go ahead of this. Wow.
Oh my god.
By this Mexican restaurant, that was the best place we've ever been, and the best waitress.
The best waitress. Andrea, I love Andrea.
Shout out Andrea if you see this.
Shout out Andrea. We left her a little note on the receipt to just tell her how much we enjoyed her.
She was awesome.
I really hope she looks at that and smiles.
I hope it makes her day the same way she made our day.
Yeah, that's a really cute way to think about it.
Okay, we're gonna go back to our
campsite.
My phone will not focus to save its life. Whoa, now it's super crisp.
Super. Oh my god, it looks like the phone is.
I drive like this home.